هم بصدد ابتدائي، يعني هم ابتدوها من زمان بس هيبتدوا بقى بصوره جامده جدا. ابتدوها من زمان في زلزال اليابان، ابتدوها في التسونامي بتاع هايتي. اوكي، التسونامي بتاع هايتي ده مصنع بالكامل. اوكي، زلزال اليابان كان فيه تحرك لطبقات تكتونيه اللي هي بتاعه الارض، كان هيحصل زلزال، هم تدخلوا بهارب ان هو يخلوه كارثي جدا. اوكي، وانه فجروا لها المفاعل بتاعها. طيب. ماشي،
الحاجتين دولت الحلقه الجايه ان شاء الله تجيب لي الاسباب بتاعهم، كلامك اللي بتقولي ده.
ايوه.
طيب.
انما يعني حكايه اللي هم الكارثه اللي هيعملوها، الكارثه اللي بيعملوها دي اللي هيعملوها محضرين لها من سنين. اوكي، ومن اكبرها ان هم هيعملوا زلزال جامد جدا في منتصف امريكا، بيحضروه من فتره وزارعين، وهنشوف مع بعض ان هم من فتره، ودي تسريبات يعني، زارعين كويلز في أخدود في منطقة مدينة اسمها نيو مادريد، وزارعينه للطبقات العميقة في الأرض، لأن هم لما يعملوا الزلزال ده هيقسم أمريكا، وهم حاطين في يعني المتنورين حاطين في كل مخططاتهم إن هم هيعملوا على شاطر أمريكا، أمريكا هتتقسم. أوكي، وده في كل مخططاتهم، إن عاجلا أو آجلا هينفذوا دي عشان الناس تفتكر. أوكي، هم هينفذوا دي ومحطوطة في كل مخططاتهم، وهيشتروا أمريكا، فهم هيبتدوا سلسلة يشتروها يعني يقسموها، يشتروا امريكا ومحضرين لده من منطقه اسمها نيو مادريد. الناس مش هتصدق وتقول لك ازاي هم يدمروا امريكا وبتاع، هم بقى لهم فتره على فكره بينقلوا نشاطاتهم لمنطقه
هو الشعب الامريكاني انا عارف انه طيب ولذيذ وعن نياته، بس هل هم أفف يعني شعب أفف مثلا مش قادرين يعني ما يقدروا يصوروا على المتنورين وعلى عفاريت الزرق وعلى كل اللي هناك؟
هقول لحضرتك حاجه، احنا لما هندخل في الملف بتاعنا هنعرف ان في حكومه اخرى مسيطره على حكومات العالم، ولا تعنيها أي الشعوب، لا يعنيها الشعب الأمريكي ولا الشعب بتاعه ولا أي كلام.
The radar system that's highly visible at Pearl Harbor has been deployed, apparently to monitor the North's military activity. The Navy confirms the X-band mobile radar system set sail late last month. Nicknamed the Golf Ball, it is the world's most powerful mobile radar system. The Pentagon reportedly deployed it to monitor North Korea, which has made numerous military threats in recent weeks. Another Pearl Harbor-based warship will be headed to the region tomorrow. The USS Chung Hoon, a guided missile destroyer, will be deployed to the Western Pacific.
The U.S. Navy is reportedly deploying the massive floating platform sea-based X-band radar in the North Korea's coast, as part of the escalated tensions between Pyongyang, Seoul and Washington, that suggest a preemptive attack anytime soon. The platform, also known as SBX-1, is operated by the U.S. Missile Defense Agency, and is by far the largest phased array radar system on Earth. The official version for public entertainment is that SBX-1 is a mobile radar system used for accurate detection of missiles or any other object in space with ballistic trajectories, but conspiracy theorists believe it is a HAARP weapon fully capable to trigger earthquakes and atmospheric disturbances within any range.
North Korea is to restart all nuclear facilities at its Yongbyon nuclear complex. The move further heightens tensions on the Korean peninsula. Pyongyang mothballed the Yongbyon plant as part of the six-party disarmament agreement in 2007.
Whatever wildcard the Illuminati shadow government is pulling out through North Korea and United States, a military attack seems to be the most likely scenario, although I do not dismiss a staged event of psychological nature, but assuming it is not a false flag, and the Illuminati are pulling the strings of their puppet Barack Obama for an intervention in North Korea, the deployment of the SBX-1 strongly suggests that environmental warfare is about to be used, and a massive earthquake might happen in North Korea anytime soon. Most people ignore that the US military had developed technology for environmental modification for decades, and the so-called high-frequency active or oral research program, also known as HAARP, is not a scientific research program as advertised by the government. The program, which is based on Nikola Tesla's death ray technology, is under management of the US DoD, USAF and Navy, and uses particle injection devices developed by Raytheon, Lockheed Martin and other military contractors specialized in high-tech mass destruction weapons. The HAARP apparatus consists mostly in large phased array facilities known as antenna farms, spread in strategic places like Alaska and Puerto Rico, but apparently the US military have mobile platforms like the SBX-1 that crosses sea distances at high speed and is fully capable of triggering earthquakes and steering hurricanes. If you are not entirely familiar with this subject, and how HAARP technology is used for environmental warfare, in 2008 the late physicist Dr. Minno Freund, whom was Director for Advanced Aerospace Materials and Devices at NASA's Ames Research Center in California, publicly admitted the relation between electrical disturbances on the planet's ionosphere and earthquakes. These disturbances are not only measurable through optical and infrared spectrometers, but also have been recorded worldwide prior to earthquakes, and are popularly known as HAARP clouds. Dr. Freund was part of a team of NASA scientists working with experiments for manipulating the structure and measuring levels of stress of rocks through high-intensity ultrasound waves, which certainly have military applications, and proves the existence of environmental modification programs of the US government. But the most interesting detail is that right after his public statements relating ionospheric disturbances and earthquakes, Dr. Freund suddenly developed brain cancer and died in 2012. If that was a coincidence or something else, I don't know, but he was the only scientist working for the US government to publicly address this matter. According to other scientists who investigated how HAARP is used as environmental warfare, such as Dr. Nick Begich and the late Dr. Rosalie Bertel, the high-powered radio transmitters at the antenna farms fire a massive amount of low-frequency microwaves onto the planet's ionosphere, which heats and reacts, firing back the ionized particle beams onto areas that may or not be military targets. At this point, the ionospheric microwaves interact with Earth's lithosphere, causing intense seismic activity. According to non-confirmed sources, the SBX-1 was conducting exercises in the coast of Miami one day prior to the 7.0 earthquake that destroyed Haiti in 2010. It was also reportedly conducting drills in the Sea of Japan before the 9.0 that triggered a massive tsunami in the coast of Honshu in 2011. If the US military is deploying this huge mobile radio transmitter platform in the North Korean coast, expect a vicious and silent military attack in the form of an earthquake of high magnitude that, if turns out to happen, will certainly be reported as a natural event by mainstream media. Considering that the North Korean government still did not attack South Korea or any North American target for what it's worth, a conventional preemptive strike will severely damage Obama's public image, and probably drag China and Russia into the matter. So the odds are that the US military will carry out an unconventional attack with secret technologies such as HAARP. If so, what consequences it will bring, only time will tell.
New president vowed to retaliate in the event of an attack. The country's rules of engagement have also been changed recently to enable a quicker response from local units. bypassing